My inspiration, I have a lot of inspiration. I like a lot of people, artists, actors, people who work hard, people who fight. Music, Vivaldi, Monteverdi, artist Magritte. Albinoni, I want to say music, Rembrandt. I like to say a little bit about Magritte, who is really, when I was young age, maybe 17, and open a new art, how you can think in new. And it was really, really, for me, some kind of open new world. And from there I started to thinking differently. Not everybody like it, but this is who I am. So inspire people in Ukraine who fight for independence, fight in a war right now to get free Ukrainian and to build new strong army to protect Ukraine. Inspire actors. We had lots of sad story. I don't want to talk about sad, but my heart broken. Even with actors, we had maybe nobody knows, but we have a lot of difficulty in Ukraine to build independent Screen Actor Guild. And because there is lots of Russians, Moscow grab it because more money than in Ukraine. So I wish everybody just the best. And thank you a lot for everybody who believe in me. Because I did have a lot of hard time, especially after my accident. And all here just like tried to save me. I was disabled, and my mom, my friends, and all people who is work on the ambulance, and my doctors, and thank you that you, gosh, did what you done, and my doctor even didn't believe how far I go. I tried to fight, and I know lots of people in US believe in me, and I will do my best. I work very hard, but I will do it. I don't like promise anything, but I like to make it for everybody who believe in me and who is really inspire me. And there's lots of people. I want to say thank you to people in United States and Ukraine, even for you guys, because you lots of have a patient. I just think I'm also some kind of unusual person, and some kids inspire me who is like last shooting was incredible. Really thank you. You'll make it. And people who fight just even for dreams to become somebody. No matter what, it's difficult, it's not, but they fight. And this is Hollywood is a very difficult country, and lots of actors who want to be still make it, who dream about Oscar, people who already got it. I know what you're going through, because this is we think, oh, it's so easy, it's unbelievable how it's hard. It's very hard. And last, what you want to say, who inspire me, it's special effect people, of course, and I also know how they work. I right now try to use After Effects and add little piece, and unfortunately I can't make it all of them because the rendering it's very screwy, and it's just incredibly difficult, and the work is difficult, and people who just dream about special effects and fantasy, this word, it's really become a fantasy when you try to put your hands on these programs. And everybody who doing these programs and people who try to do and approve special effect as one more brush for movie inspiration. That's
Thank you.
I was spending a lot of time sitting over there just trying to think of something. You know, I thought back to like when I was young. And I was just trying to think of like a specific thing that inspired me. And I thought of a bunch of stuff, but nothing really stood out. And I mean, I would say one of the things that inspires me is music. But as a couple people came up here and they mentioned music, and I was like, oh yeah, music's like half of everything I think about. So I would say music, and I don't need to go into detail of it because everyone else has already said everything. But I love how you could just connect to something on an emotional level. Like the song doesn't even have to have words,
Mm-hmm.
and you can connect to it, and people can connect through that. Stories inspire me. Like I was trying to think of a specific thing that, because I read all the time. I got in trouble in class because I was reading too much.
Oh.
Like in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of a specific thing that I read, and I guess it's just stories. Like I love it, just experiencing like a story. I love telling stories. Like how you can just truly like love some of these characters or just viscerally hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would play these when I was younger. I would play these games like Civilization, and then I would go to school and tell, and like the friends that I had at the time would just sit there and listen to me, like telling these stories of how I like built my country up and the wars that I would declare, and like and I would just tell these stories of like how I did all that, and I love writing stories, and I love stories. And thinking of a person, I settled on out of like, because I think it's easy to be inspired by these like larger than life characters
Mm-hmm.
who have all these sayings and stuff, and have all these like, I don't know, but I would say that other than any of those people that you could say that anyone can say inspires them. I would say my grandmother inspires me, just because she's so nice. Like if you just walked in, like if you walked in with me into my house, she just give you a hug. She's so unrelentingly positive. And that's so not me, but that's everything I wish I could be. I really appreciate, because like I used to be positive when I was younger, and I had that knocked out of me, just beaten out of me by other people. So I really appreciate somebody who can keep that positivity and that view of the world.
No, true. It's difficult to maintain that for the view of the world.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Positive